Hello, I am Raziel. I was sent this copy of Firefight by Mantic themselves, and this is why I did the Is It Worth It first with the full breakdown of price separately, giving the opportunity to see an objective value before a subjective review. So you can make up your own minds whether or not you want to buy it based on how much you save, depends on the actual review itself. So, yeah. There you go. So, let's go over the contents quickly. For those that didn't watch the previous video, you get the rulebook, Force List book, 40 Marauders, 4 Ripper Suits, 20 Enforcers, 5 Peacekeepers, and 2 Jet Bikes. This is split up with the Marauders and the Enforcer factions. Firefight 2nd edition is a very packed box. The suggested assembly gives you 775 points of Marauders and 785 points of Enforcers. The list of models on the back does not tell you the HQ models included, as they are in the Getting Started booklet inside. Though, I would, personally, with the Marauders, instead of losing out on using 2 models, make a Ripper Warlord and use the remaining 3 as his squad mates, either as 2 Ripper Maulers and 1 Ripper Rainmaker, or vice versa, rather than the Commando Warlord and his 2 squad mates, with a choice of HQs for both factions. These are hidden play side straight away tells you this box is very diverse. With the HQ for the Enforcers, it is a Peacekeeper, because you get 5 and you need 4 for the 4 squad, which leaves you 1 extra. As again, absolutely amazing way of diversifying a box. The models themselves look very good and they are well sculpted. They feel really chunky, and especially the jet bike alone have this nice weight to them. Now, out of the 20 Enforcers I have built, I haven't made the same one twice. Once again, this gives the box a lot of diversity, and as I do hear arguments about the fact that mantic models are quite difficult to make, I've had very little issue. The only real trouble I had was when making the Enforcers, especially ones with the Gatling lasers. The left and right arms are sometimes a guess. Mostly they are pretty obvious, but sometimes you do have to guess because where the gun arm is actually lettered, the other arm isn't. That's like the only problem I had while making them. It's a little tricky, but yeah, that's not my biggest issue I had in using the assault Gatling rather than the pistol and the blade. With that, it's easy as well. And also the legs, though they are lettered, I have done some kit bashing and made them slightly different as well. So a little bit more. If you're into like kit bashing a little more, you can do that too. You're not strictly with the A and B, the letters. You can go out of it. It's up to you. A little bit of blue tack will help you out on this one. As for the painting, I had no issues of paint separation at all. So they were actually really easy to put the paint on. The plastic remained that way. I mean, like, I don't study plastic. I don't know what to do. But as paint went, it was really simple to paint and really fun as well. Oh, as we're going, I want to mention the get starting booklet. As this is in most boxes, I do think I need to bring this one up, especially because there's something they've done with this, which is absolutely amazing. Right, simply you get the breakdown of the rules for your first games, how to build the art models, and of course the stat lines of these models. Now see, with the stat lines, the way they've printed it is on 2 pages, but you don't have to keep turning it. You can put it on the middle of the table, have the Marauders page on the Marauder side and the Enforcer page on the Enforcer side, and you don't have to turn it because they are printed landscape facing each one. So that's just genius. That's a fantastic thing to do, and I think that's just amazing for those who are learning the game, where you don't have to keep picking up the book, turning it, and seeing where your rules are. You have them there in front of you, and there is no twisting, and you can both look at the same time. It's just genius. It's simple. It's brilliant. How has no one ever done this before? Oh, fantastic. I love it. Genius. Chef kiss. All of that noise. Now, the rulebook is well made. It is fairly simple to use and has a fair amount of lore too. And the lore is really good. And it reminds me of, like, GCPS part reminds me of the first part of Fight Club, where he talks about how corporations will be naming planets. Yeah, that's how humans went into space. Wasn't because of some great crusade, it was money. I love that. Very simple. And it kind of makes it a little bit more scary, to be honest with you. Like, we're like, It's no noble. There's nothing noble involved. It's just pure greed. And like we can see that happening around today as well. It's just really good. I just like that. It just grounds it a lot more in realism. It makes it a little bit more scary as well. And again, we do learn about how the Warpath. Okay, Firefight is part of the Warpath universe, and the lore here tells you how each one works. Such as the Forge Fathers building the Enforcers' armor, and why they do. Basically, so the Enforcers will die where Forge Fathers won't. It's very pragmatic. You know, GCPS have more enemies, so Forge Fathers makes their weapons, and the GCPS leave them alone, and the GCPS dies. Forge Fathers lives. Like I said, it's very grounded. It's very good, and I really like this. And the Astarians want to be left alone. The orcs just want to beat the hell out of each other, but they're not slow-witted and stupid, even selling themselves out to GCPS and stuff like that. Again, this is like, you could see the motives are actually something you could see happening in the real world. And it's just fantastic. I do love this lore. I want to read more about it. I really do. And I'm kind of regretting that Kings of War didn't have this. Anyway, so you also got the full force lists. God, that was difficult to say. For each faction in their rules in their force list book. This is again something really good, which means you don't have to buy anything else on top. You have the rules for your force in there. And so you might have to download some in the future if they bring the Nameless in. And the Nameless haven't got their own army yet. They're not included yet. Hope they are, because they look really cool. Playing wise, well, this is where it's all about. The firefight is fun. And and again, it's not turn-based. Like, I don't really want to compare it to Warhammer 40,000, but it's more like you move, your opponent moves, you shoot, your opponent shoots, you know, but with each unit, and it makes it a very fast, very frantic fight. So you're not having to wait a full turn, and you can't really strategize as you have to strategize on the fly. It's fantastic. It's quick. It's amazing. I love this. And like, you could be, you know, you could think, well, I could use these later, but in your turn. But you could literally lose it in 5 minutes later in a different shooting turn. It's like, yeah, I've moved these, I need to shoot in here. It's like, okay, move. Shoot these. Now I'm going to shoot this guy. It's like, wait, what? It's fantastically fast. It's brilliant. I love it. Okay. The models, the lore, and the game, Firefight 2nd Edition box, is the most fun you can have on the tabletop with my clothes on. It's great for new and veteran players if you're looking to start a new game or a new force. I cannot suggest Firefight high enough. It's fantastic. Mantic are showing their chops now. The wargaming table is getting larger, and I can't see what they do next. Thank you very much for watching. God, I love this game. It's fantastic. Go out, buy it. It's amazing. Yes, go out. Oh, yes, go buy Firefight. It's so good. I hope you enjoyed this video. Links to Element Games down below. And no, they don't sell Firefight. I should really get one that does. Because I am really pushing these indie ones now, aren't I? Links to Indie Games, Forbidden Planet, Element Games, Forbidden Planet, and, of course, my t-shirt, my comics, and Patreon. As always, I would prefer you bought something from the other lists before you give me money. But, you know, treat yourself. You're special. And see you all very soon. Like, comment, and subscribe as always as well. And share the video. Yeah, share it. Go on. See you soon. Bye-bye.